Is there a preferred age to be married? So, well, number one, somebody like me couldn't have got married in my early 20s. Would have been a wreck. I was still finding myself. And that's why I left a trail of broken hearts.
First and foremost, I got married at 22. I got pregnant at 21. I got married at 22. That is super young. This really wrecked my belief system because I just knew the Bible always said get married young. Every argument, Namdi thought the marriage was over. I said, why do you think that way?
It was wild.
But one thing that I have realized that has been a difficulty, not only I've experienced it in our marriage, but what I hear from divorced women. And that is...
This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
We like to stay tapped in with y'all and get questions and answer them live. And so I had a particular question that came across the board to me. And I was like, we got to talk about this. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask this question. I'm also ask this to you guys too. I'm going to ask this question to you, babe. Mm-hmm. But someone asked, is there a preferred age to be married? So to get married. Mm-hmm. So...
Yeah, so I'm laughing because...
Do you want me to go in on my findings first, or you want me to...
No.
Okay, cool.
So, okay, first and foremost, I got married at 22.
Yeah, she was 22. I had just turned 30, yep.
Yeah, I got pregnant at 21. I got married at 22. That is super young. Like, that is... When I think about it, because I always felt so mature for my age... Because I felt so mature for my age, I never thought anything of it. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to do this. I'm grown. Like, I know how to talk that talk. I always knew.
You were seasoned.
I was definitely seasoned.
You was hanging around with your mom at the IHOP doing Bible studies and stuff.
Yeah, I've always been. And I mean, literally everybody around me knew that I would marry somebody older. And like, literally, I had talked to, right before you, somebody that was 20 years older than me. I was 20 and they were 40.
Cat daddy.
Definitely had a cat daddy. His daughter was actually
What's going on, sugar swing thing? What's going on with you, baby?
His daughter was actually like 23. You ain't even listening, man.
No, I'm just thinking, I'm just picturing this dude. What's up, baby? What's going on? TK? What's going on, baby?
No, that wasn't how he was.
Hey, where you want to go? We want to go Red Lobster? Where you want to go today? Well, I'm after I get through watching this Chief game. I'll be over there and pick you up. What you want to go, Gates? I got you, baby. Get you a full plate. You know how I go. All right, baby girl. Caught you baby girl in there.
First of all, that's like somebody that's like 60. You're about to be 40. So are you talking like that?
Oh, never mind.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a little bit older.
That's like 60, babe. That man was not on that phone with me. Why he picking his teeth the whole time? Get on my nerves.
All of just made me think about some old cat daddy uncle.
Gosh, Lee, I can't even remember what I was saying.
I'm sorry, babe.
Anywho, y'all, he want to be an actor so bad. Somebody give this man a job.
She won't let me.
No, you can act. You just need to be the neighbor that's single, corny, and a weirdo. No. You can't have no girl. You can't have a woman. Why you want a woman?
I don't want to. I don't. But yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Baby, come on.
Baby, I really don't.
This is why I didn't want to go live with you.
Okay, please don't hurt me in front of these people.
Jesus.
They my protection right now because usually she been trying to hurt me, y'all.
I'm so glad y'all getting to see this side of Nami.
But no, for real.
Because they think I'm crazy. They don't know that you're the one that's...
Yeah, I just...
Okay, anyway. The point that... Oh, I'm sorry, babe.
No, you good.
The point that I was making is everybody knew that I would marry older. Like, everybody knew that. So, I got married young, honestly, just thinking that was very much normal. I'm like, I'm grown. I have I wasn't even attracted. Like, I dated a kid one time. I mean, when I say kid, I mean somebody my age. And it was the worst experience of my life. It was the worst, most childish, most kiddiest exchange of a man in my life. And I said, never again. I'm definitely not doing this. So yeah, when I got married young, it was normal for me. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I've realized, okay, let me say this. So prior to now, my message has always been get married young. My message has, because my experience has been, I don't have, and I say this with grace, y'all. I don't say this with judgment. But I'm saying because I got married young, I don't have as many bodies as like most women that are my age that are still single and it doesn't even mean you're nasty, but you date. Regularly. Yeah, I mean, I remember this girl in high school was like, you know, what if you're not a hoe? What if you just like date one guy every 3 years? But then by the time you get 35, you got like 12, 15 bodies. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of the perks. And not even just the body count, but the souls that were connected to that. Yeah. Like I didn't have so many people to compare you to, or so many, you know, as you date, as you're getting older, man, this man that took me to Italy, Russia, Canada, I done been everywhere. What can you, what you really got for me that's so different? You know what I mean? So the beauty of that, the beauty of having children young, because now I'm about to be 30 in a couple of months. My kids are growing older. I don't got diapers. You know what I'm saying? So it was so many perks. But one thing that I have realized that has been a difficulty, not only I have experienced it in our marriage, but what I hear from divorced women. And that is, because you get married so young as women, about every 5 years, you're changing. And so at 21, the ideal of marriage and your husband was one way. 25, it became something different. And now that I'm about to be 30, it's big time different. Yeah. And I can see how women, I mean, I have a sister, you know, who got married younger than me. Actually, I think she was like 19. And she just talked about like, then I became 25 and I'm like, dang, I actually like this type of man. And I actually want my man to do this. And I actually want this. And so instead of warring through, you know, and I hate to use it as that, but it literally is, because it's like warring through the thoughts of something is better. We just leave each other, you know, because it's like my taste is different. My style is different. My, you know, whatever. And thank God I haven't had like huge, big moments where I'm like, you are literally nothing like that's my grace though. There are some women that get married at 21 and they turn 25 and they're like, who the heck? What did I do and why? And so I can see the downfall of that. And then maturity, you know, my level of maturity, even though I feel like this has helped me, even though I was mature for my age, somebody that's 21 that isn't mature for their age will choose another, her decision will be childish in who she's choosing to. So then when she becomes 30, and oftentimes, you know, I'm gonna just put this out here. I'm not trying to like, you know, step on the men, but y'all don't change a whole lot. Yeah, y'all just maybe don't. Not as much. Not a whole lot. And so, you know, let's say you get married to a woman that's 21 and she loves the Lord and she's a stay-at-home mom and she's this and that. And then when she turns 25, she's like, I want to travel the world and be a missionary. And it's like, so who gonna take care of these kids? Yeah. So, and my answer. Is there a preferred age? I think that per situation, it can be different. I think in the case of maturity, foundation, community, help, counseling, mentors, walks with Christ being really founded and anchored, I think that young could work. I do. Now I couldn't do young and young. I had to marry somebody that was older than me. Yeah. But if you don't got none of that and y'all kind of scrambling through life, I don't know. I think that waiting is a new thing.
Waiting until older.
Waiting until a little bit older, I think, is a new thing. It's just, I mean.
So you know, your answer is it's subjective.
It's subjective.
It depends on.
Yeah, because I think that the unfortunate thing. Okay, I won't even get into that. What you think, babe?
Yeah. So. Well, I wanted to revert to when I saw this question, I was like, I'm going to tell you guys what I think here in just a moment. But I wanted to pull up an article that I ran across. And this is an article from May of 2022, written by WCNC, which is in Charlotte. And so I guess it was based off of the Netflix series called The Ultimatum. Never watched it, have you? Okay.
I got a friend that was offered to be on the show though.
So they said after, you know, people watched this, a big question came up. If you get married before the age of 25, are you statistically more likely to get divorced? Okay. So a guy named Nicholas Wolfinger, a sociological researcher, went to go in on this. You know, that sounds like He sounds like a researcher.
Like he know what he talking about.
Yeah, it's like Nicholas Wolfinger, and he's a sociological researcher. And then you got Jackie Greco, a licensed clinical mental health counselor with Sun Counseling and Wellness. So,
why would you say this?
so they said the answer is yes. If you get married before the age of 25, you're statistically more likely to get divorced. Mm-hmm. So they said from data that they pulled from 2006 to 2010. Basically, they did a big old survey. I'm not going to go through a big old thing here.
So you are statistically more likely to get divorced if you get married before 25.
This is what they said.
It's because the development of the brain.
So they said what we know is that human brain doesn't fully develop until individuals in their mid-20s, until individuals are in their mid-20s, Greco said. He said, so in the terms, people's ability to regulate their emotions, to understand what's important to them in the terms of what they value when you're in your early, middle, and even into your late 20s, you're still developing very much as a young adult into adulthood.
Agree.
So there's a lot that's changing, and it's easy. I think between the age of, your teens and in your mid-20s to be a very different person. And not that doesn't mean that there's no core elements to you who you are that stays the same, but a lot is changing. So when couples get together at a very young age and are moving through that time in their lives, there's a lot of things that are changing as these individuals are changing into their own people, but also then trying to figure out how you continue and make that work in your marriage, and can bring up a lot of issues there. Okay. So they said, if you wait until the age of 25 to 29 to get married, your risk of divorce goes down to 14%. 25 to 29 goes down by 14%. It drops down to 10% if you wait until 30 to 34 to get married.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to wrap this up. But Pete says people getting married at an older age is something we have started to see more recently. He said millennials, us, you're on the, you barely made it in, but you in there. Yeah. So
you choosing all extra
millennials are getting married later in life in their 30s, Greco said, but they're also staying married for longer compared to the other generational data. So,
okay, I just want to say this real quick. When Namdi read this to me, y'all, this really wrecked my belief system. Because I just knew the Bible always said get married young. That's what we've high-key been teaching on this channel too, by the way. Right?
Yeah. So
we always be like, if you find the Lord and you know the Lord and you know
good.
the Lord, get it done. And a lot of times we say that because we just know that we're all sexual beings and we want to be intimate.
Man, listen. So here's where I stand. Well, number one, somebody like me couldn't have got married in my early 20s. Would have been a wreck. I was still finding myself. And that's why I left a trail of broken hearts. And that's why most men in their 20s that's not committed to Christ in small groups and have discipleship going on and all that, they leave a trail of broken hearts. Shoot, some of them didn't even do that, dude. If they ain't got no real accountability, they leave a trail of broken hearts because we're just figuring out some things about ourselves. Like, oh, women like me. I told you before, I said, I didn't know that a lot of women like me until I got to college. And then I'm like, okay, girls from St. Louis like me, Chicago, all this. Why was I dealing with her? I could deal with all of this out here. And then I started knowing myself. And then, you just going through the motions and messing up and breaking up hearts. So I believe it's cool for younger couples to do this only if they have layers of protection, babe. They have to have layers. Okay. You have to be someone who is, it has to be a young man, young lady, came out of their youth group, serving in the church. They in adult ministry. They're close with somebody in that church, whether it be the pastor or one of the deacons or whoever, who is literally walking them through this thing. You understand? That they really, really love, and that's teaching them the word and all those things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not typically what we're seeing, though.
Definitely not.
Okay. Most of the time, nobody's connected. There's opportunities. I can't say it's the church's fault, because anywhere that we've been a part of, they have something called small groups.
Yeah.
In some way, they call it groups or squads or whatever you want to call it. They have some way for them to connect, but a lot of times people choose to be outside. They want to be outside. I want to go to church. But then I kind of want to be outside too, because the world is so enticing. And so with this just, with sin just running rapid throughout the world, babe.
Yeah.
I think I lean with you. Subjective.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation and the person. I can't say, unfortunately, this person for this answer, preferred age to be married. I can't say that there's a necessarily preferred age. I am grateful for that it was later for me. I wish I was locked in with Christ like early in the 20s and was getting discipled. And I can't say I wish because I'm so glad I met you and then I got married to you. So
yeah,
I don't know.
You couldn't have been younger. I would have been like 12.
Come on. We don't do that. I was 20 then. You know what I'm saying?
If you were 21, I would have been like 12.
Oh gosh!
So you couldn't have married me.
No, I definitely couldn't have. Wouldn't have met you at all. You know what I'm saying?
That would have been sick.
I would have been discipling your man or something. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, what? No, I wouldn't have had a man at 12, baby.
No, I'm talking about. I would have been older, and if I really was locked in, got somebody, got married early, whatever. So
no, I love what you said about the trail of broken hearts. That was really, really, really good.
That's what we do. We're trying to find ourselves. We're trying to get esteemed. A lot of us come from broken homes, so
but what
we
I was
didn't
gonna
have.
say,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What I was gonna say is, and that's the women that we're seeing of today. Is the women that y'all broke their hearts. Mm-hmm. They 30 now. They bitter. They got these. So that's the thing about marrying older, in my personal opinion, though, for women can be difficult because we got this very much like, I know who I am. Mm-hmm. I got to have a certain type of, because Namdi broke my heart and he left me to dry and I had 6 abortions with this dude. And so now and I feel like that can be difficult too, because it sounds good, but I don't see a whole bunch of like 30-year-old people getting married like that. No. I see more of that. Remember I told you that I was like, baby, people are single. Yeah. Like people are really, really single. I got 2 married friends. Like that's it. Like it's hard finding wives to be friends with.
It's harder and harder. And then you got so much. It's so many voices in you guys' ears nowadays too. Yeah. Like not just ourselves, but you got other people out there that's telling you, hey, in your singleness, you need to make sure this and that and this. Let me say this. Like no matter what we tell y'all, please follow all of those things there that we tell you, the non-negotiables and vetting it out and not just screwing around in your singleness and all that, but also. Oh, dang it, I lost what I was about to say right there.
Follow what we're saying, accountability, non-negotiables, but know yourself maybe?
No, not know yourself.
It's okay.
I daggone.
No,
Hold on.
Everybody begin to pray.
Like, oh, there it goes.
See? Come on, Tom.
So, but also know you're not going to get it perfect. I don't care if y'all don't touch. I don't care if you did the non-negotiables. Y'all discussed everything.
You could be right.
I've still heard of people that still have issues. Now, they may not be our issues. They at least got to have a great honeymoon phase and go through the first 2-3 years and it was amazing or whatever. And they may not have so many things that's holding them up from, reaching some other goals or whatever that they have within their marriage. But you're going to miss something. You're still going to have to go through some rough merging, I say, with each other. You're going to have to look at the mirror, which is your partner, who says, hey, you didn't know you got that issue right there. Because they don't know that. They didn't know that about you because now y'all live together. Y'all live together. They see you every single day. So they see everything that you do, your good habits and your bad habits. So I'm just going to let you know, you're not going to get it 1,000% right before you do this thing. I just think that it's best done in layers, man. We've been graced. Like, for our marriage to be where it's at, it's literally God. Literally God. I cannot tell you that we've had a steady counselor throughout our marriage at all.
Nah.
We haven't.
And not even steady community.
No.
Like just a couple that we can call and trust. You know, we haven't even had that.
No, we haven't.
We've had each other in the Holy Spirit.
Really,
each other and God.
That's it. And just been learning and reading and all those things and praying and fasting.
That's why. But that's also why I believe in fighting. I'm a fight girl. Yeah. Like I'm a fight for mine because I feel like fighting has saved us.
It really has.
Like in moments where we didn't have somebody to go sit at their couch and vent and get help and this and that. We had to be like, all right, we all we got. Yeah. We all we got. So Takesha's not going anywhere. Yeah. Like, and I've told him that. Like, I'm not leaving and you're not either. So how are we going to figure this out? Oh, you need You need about 3 hours to cool off and breathe. Okay, what did I do? Okay, I'm sorry. Let's fast for 3 days. Like, we've literally had to get in the word. What works? Okay, let's fast. Yeah. Let's pray. Let's war on the behalf of our marriage. Let's lay our hands on each other. Let's anoint our home. And then let's continue to pray that people will come in our life and help us.
And this is why you need a praying wife and praying husband who believe, man. I don't see how people try to. That's what the last segment that we was just talking about. I don't see how people try to do this
without God.
Without God,
silly.
How can you do it without Him? Man. I don't see however y'all doing that.
Because there's no reason. Ooh. Like even when it comes to like things that you might do that's wrong against me, there's no reason for me to pay that back for good if I don't believe in God.
Yeah.
For what? No, you won't get these words.
No, I need my happiness.
Yeah, I need my happiness. Yes. I need my joy. And then when I read the word and I look at First Peter and I read First Thessalonians with Paul and Peter telling us the reason why you rejoice in these moments is because you're getting opportunities to be who God has called you to be. And when you repay good for bad, when you don't pay insult for insult, God blesses you. Yeah. And there's been times that I'm sure for both of us, but I'll speak for myself, that Namdi was in a weird thing and I stayed in my lane, and then he came back, apologized, and we moved forward. But imagine if we always both immature. We don't have nothing we're submitting nothing to. We don't got a moment that we go into prayer and be like, dang, all right, I was wrong for saying that. Let me go back. Y'all not praying? Y'all don't got a God? Y'all don't got God? Like,
it's the universe.
Marriage don't work. The stars ain't about to help y'all do nothing. Nothing.
It's energy. I'm praying energy.
Man,
I'm sending energy.
Want that energy. I need the
energy from the universe marriage, is going to come, and then the
I
rocks
need the wind of the Holy Spirit
talk to us, and it's going to give me a peace. So now when I wear this right here, it's nothing's ever bad going to happen because I'm wearing this right. I'm sorry. I'm picking on people. Let me stop before somebody really ready to get into it.
Because Christians wear crystals too. You know that, right?
Yeah, but it's a difference between wearing that and wearing something and saying this is peace.
Yeah.
This makes sure that I get all peace.
So if you forget it at home, you won't have peace the whole day. That's wild.
Let's just say I knew somebody who wore that and they still didn't have peace.
Facts.
So that's crazy. Facts. But anyway, man, main thing we say is lock it with God, man. Make sure that you just have layers if you in deciding to get married. If y'all, I want to know for this because we went a little long with this. We kind of segue on this a little bit.
I just want to say this. I'm sorry real quick. Marriage can work at any age. I mean, as long as y'all appropriate. The answer is God. If both of y'all are rooted, anchored in God, and y'all are ready to fight, because that's another thing people ain't ready to do. I think that marriage is possible at really any age, but a lot of times we just do it without God. I have to end it on that. You gotta do it with God.
Man, you got to
listen. You have to do marriage with God.
They don't hear us. They think it's cliche.
No.
Y'all think it's cliche.
Because
everybody say that. They just think it's cliche, but I don't know what else to tell somebody.
You have to do marriage with God, not the universe and the stars, not the purple and black crystals, not with reality TV star people telling y'all advice from their demonic altars. You have to do it with the only true living God, Jesus and the Holy Spirit. That's the only way marriage works. Right? If both of y'all are committed and anchored to being the best son and daughter to Christ, both of y'all are submitted to being the best son and daughter of Christ. You want to be as pleasing to Jesus as possible. You automatically become a better wife, become a better husband. There are things that I do, not because I'm a bomb wife and my husband is just so phenomenal and he deserves it. Sometimes I just be feeling like he's not doing what he's supposed to do. But because I am more concerned about my Father and how he sees what I'm doing to him, and then he gives me the perspective, that's my son too, though. Yeah. That's my son who you talking to crazy. That's my son who you not serving. He corrects that. And so when you don't have nothing to submit to, nothing that has authority over you that can bless you and give you clarity and peace and direction, marriage is impossible without it.
Yeah, let me tell you.
That's it.
Yeah. And we should be a great example of it. Because I know people who know me. I'm pretty sure, and I'm not necessarily mad at them. Probably said, "Oh yeah, Namdi's not staying married." I know they thought that. Shoot, I thought that. After once I got on, I was the first argue was probably the first and second argue. I was like, hey, cool then. Hey, this is what I kind of do. I mess up.
Every argument,
I'm out.
Namdi
We
thought
can just forget
the
this.
marriage.
I thought it was over.
Every argument, Namdi thought the marriage was over. I said, why do you think that way?
It was wild.
That was like, oh, okay, guess I figure out. I'm like, because I said clean up the hot sauce bottle.
Yeah,
Gosh,
I finally ran. That's why I thank God That's why I thank God every morning for you, because you fought for me when I didn't feel like fighting. You feel me?
You ready to cry?
Yeah, I ain't ready to cry yet, but you did, and I say thank you God for my wife every single morning. He gave me better than I truly deserve. So I know grace has found me because I don't deserve none of it. And I could talk forever about what I did.
Because when a man
somebody, you probably can run into somebody who could tell you
thing.
what I did. And it's not good when I was in younger ages. And so, man, I just know it's the blood. That's it. I hope y'all got it. And it will help you out. And it will help you know when is the right age for you to be married. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Is there a preferred age to get married? It definitely was. So y'all let me know down in the comments below. Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content. Yes. Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Iwegbus. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.